Grandma Peirson, and we're sitting over where the sharks live. And so I thought I would read you a book about this shark. His name is Willy. Okay, now in the waters off of Misty Island, there's a tour guide who was steering a glass-bottomed boat. You'll find many kinds of fish around Misty Island, he was saying. A tourist interrupted. "Excuse me, but where are the fish?" "That's funny," said the guide. "There are usually lots of fish around here." Another tourist pointed at the glass. "Oh, what's that?" he cried. A shark was swimming straight for the bottom of the boat. "That's a hammerhead shark," shouted the guide, "and I think it's going to crash." The shark smashed into the viewing glass and the water sprayed through the cracks. The guide grabbed the wheel and he sped back towards the island. I think we've seen enough of one tour," he says. At the Misty Island Oceanography Institute were these two people. And Marlene was a marine specialist, and she was hanging up the phone. And that's when 3 shark attacks were reported today, she said to Randolph, the manager of the institute. "There have never been 3 attacks reported in a year, let alone a day. It's a bad time to be in the water." They both had the same thought at the same time. "Oh no, not Jessie," they exclaimed together. Lucille, the sea lion who lived in the institute, was goofing around in the water with Jessie. Suddenly, Jessie's face became serious. He pointed. "Is that a shark behind you? Is that a shark behind you?" Lucille looked behind her and barked in surprise. "Hurry, hold on to me and swim," she cried. Lucille moved towards Jessie and moved him to shore as fast as she could. Marlene and Randolph were waiting for them, and look how the whale is getting closer and closer. So they pulled Jessie to safety just in time, and Lucille dove underwater. The shark was still after her. No matter what she did or where she went, she couldn't get away. She felt scared. The shark had her pinned against the rocks. When wham, the shark was knocked away. It was Willy. "Mind if I butt in?" he said. The shark raced away. Lucille sighed with relief. "Let's go home." Willy made that shark go away from the little seal. Meanwhile, in the deep ocean, a large group of different kinds of whales were hungry following a submarine. And inside, the evil machine was talking to his amphibians, mutants he had created and now controlled. "Release more shark bait," he ordered. "After we've led this group to the baiting station, we'll go back to sea for more. My baiting station will keep the waters off Misty Island full of sharks, and soon all the tourists will be scared away. Then when I start drilling for oil, no one will try to stop me." Back at the institute, Jessie and his friends were trying to figure out why there were so many sharks in the water. Finally, Jessie said, "Well, maybe I should just ask the sharks." "You mean truth talk to them?" asked Maureen. Great idea, and I know how you can get close to a shark without getting hurt." Later that day, the group boarded the Institute's research boat. Jessie put on his scuba gear and his radio, then he climbed into a steel shark cage, and as the cage was lowered into the water, Randolph threw chunks of fish into the sea. Soon the first sharks began to appear. Jessie tried to calm himself as a tiger shark swam up to the cage. "Calm down, breathe, focus. Do you understand me?" The shark grabbed the cage with his teeth and thrashed its huge body. Then he disappeared into the dark water. Jessie spoke into his radio. "He seems to understand me, but he didn't answer. I guess sharks can't talk." "Can talk," boomed a voice behind Jessie. He turned and saw a smaller leopard shark behind the cage. "Don't like to," the shark went on. "Slash talk for food." "Slash, is that your name?" asked Jessie. "Randolph," he said into the radio. "Send down some more fish." While Slash ate greedily, Jessie asked, Why are there so many sharks in the water? Smell in the water, smell of prey all around and on slash. Too many sharks, he gulped. Eat my food, try to eat me. Where does the smell come from? Grounder place. You mean a human place? Where is it? Insisted Jessie. If you take me there, you'll have all the food you want. At the healing pond, Jessie told Lucille, Willy, and Einstein the dolphin his plan. He would show Slash to the source of the smell. But you can't trust any shark. It's too dangerous, Lucille said angrily. But Jessie insisted. If we don't do something about the sharks, all the tourists will be gone for good. He grabbed his camera. And besides, Jessie added, I promised not to bring along humans, but I didn't say anything about Willy. Later, Jessie and Willy followed Slash towards the machine baiting station. Suddenly, a blue shark swam in front of them. He eyed Jessie hungrily. Oh, share the food, the blue shark asked Slash. Willy swam up to him nose to nose. Hey, blue shark, he said, how would you like to be a black and blue shark? Scared, the blue shark ran off. The machine was giving orders from his submarine. Are you continuing the baiting? He asked the amphibians at the baiting station. Yes, sir, they answered. Be careful, shouted the machine. Too much bait will throw the sharks into a feeding frenzy. Sir, said another amphibian, there seems to be something bigger than a shark out there. Then the machine looked up at his screen. It's that whale and his boy. They're spying on me, he shouted. Go out there and stop them. But the water is full of sharks, said the amphibian nervously. Go, said the machine. Slash had stopped just outside the baiting station. Big trouble, he said, big. Jessie looked up to see a great white shark swimming towards him. Willy blocked the shark's path. Beat it, bully boy. They're with me, he warned. The huge shark swam away. Danger, cried Slash. The great white was swimming down from above them. Willy sped upward towards the shark. Smack! They collided, but the shark recovered fast, and he swam straight towards Jessie. Willy, help, cried Jessie. Willy slammed straight into the shark from behind. Eat sand, shark, he laughed. The great white was stuck in the sandy seafloor. Way to go, Jessie started to say. Suddenly he was grabbed by two amphibians. Hey, help, Willy, he cried. But Willy was busy with the great white whale. Willy took off for the ocean surface. He leaped out of the water, and he came down just as the great white reached the surface. Sorry to just drop in like this, said Willy. He crashed into the great white. The shark plunged down through the water out of control. Crash! He slammed into the roof of the baiting station, and the bait release pipe snapped off. All the bait is escaping, cried the amphibians, letting go of Jessie. Green chemicals were gushing out into the sea, and the sharks were starting to close in. Danger, danger, the hunger, too strong. Slash said to Willy, take the grounder away now. Willy raced away with Jessie on his back. When they were safely out of the way, and Jessie and Willy looked back at the baiting station, the sharks are going into a feeding frenzy. Dozens of sharks were smashing against the observation window. Swim for your lives, yelled the amphibians as the sharks broke through the window. Those goof-up gobs of goo overbaited the sharks, screamed the machine. But there was nothing he could do except watch his baiting station fill with water. A few days later, Lucille and Jessie sat by the healing pond, Willy relaxing in the water nearby. I haven't seen a shark in days, Lucille said happily, and all the tourists are back. I'll never be able to prove it was the machine who lured all the chucks to Misty Island, said Jessie. I lost the camera in the fight. He picked up a bucket of fish and headed for the boathouse. Where are you taking that, Willy asked. I promised the Institute the best fish to Slash for a month, replied Jessie. He tossed Willy a small fish. I'm afraid you get the leftovers, bud. With one small flick of his tail, Willy soaked Lucy and Jessie with water. Never did like sharks, he said. The end.
So Ryan, that was for you. This is Uncle Rob, and Grandma Peirson just read you a book in Los Angeles near the ocean by a swimming pool.